Hello, YouTube. So I'm starting. Hey guys, I'm starting a little quick. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be quick. Well, I'm starting a build for a drone, and I thought, why not share it with um, YouTube community and my subscribers. Hey, Fishes, FPV, and Chi. Hope you guys are well. So, the skipping as fast as I can possibly can to what I'm actually going to do in a short sentence is I'm gonna build this. And this is a 160 frame from React. I don't know how to say this. React. I've actually already built this frame. So this is like the second one I'm gonna build, and I really liked the first frame that I've done, and I'm gonna show you why. So this is it. This is the first one that I built, and the cool thing about this is that this weighs 200 grams. Just lower the. There we go. Yeah. So as I was saying, 200 grams. This tiny little frame weighs, which as drones go, is really light, and it has T motor 1806 size motors, 2500 kV, and the flight controller is what's this called actually? Oh yeah, it's like a clone from Surveil Zone. So I'm gonna be using this in the new frame as well. And then the 4-in-1 ESC is just like a 20 amp from what is this actually? Oh, little B 20 amp. Yeah, so I want to build something like this, but with bigger size motors. And the motors that I'm gonna use are called FU FURC. Actually, let me show you the exact frame that I'm using. Give me just a second. I'm gonna show you the website. So I got it from Banggood. It's super light, and at the end I can put a little link as well. So if you guys wanna build one like this, you can find the same frame that I'm using. Um, and yeah, it brings a little PDB as well that provides 5 volts and 12 volts. But I'm gonna bypass that because I'm using the 4-in-1 ESCs, and just use the 4-in-1 ESCs as if they were the PDB. So hopefully along the video you guys will be able to see how I do it. The motors. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh, actually these. Yeah. A few RC, uh, 24,000 kVs. So these are the motors for the new frame that I'm gonna be building now. It says 1400 gram thrust, so 1.4 kilos thrust on 5-inch props. But this type of frame only allows for 4-inch props. So I hope to do like a speed test soon-ish. So after that, I'll post a video on how fast these go. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. So the chat is live. You can all just chat away, ask me whatever you like, and let's start building the frame. Boop. Right. Let me just move to the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. So this is the flight controller. Again, it's a Foxeer SP Racing 303, F303. Oh, I got this from Surveil Zone, and I can put when I finish the video, I could put like a kit list of stuff that I used at the end. So if you want to build the same thing, you can. Right. For the VTX, I'm using a TBS Unify HV race. So it does 25 milliwatts to 200 milliwatts. Yeah, it's pretty good. I can just actually take it out of the pack because eventually we're gonna need it. Here, and I need a cable. Take the flight controller out of the pack as well. I have a bit of background music. Hopefully you guys can hear it. But if there's anything wrong with the sound, just let me know in the chat, and I'll try my best to fix it. So for the camera, this is the important bit because, oh sorry, before the camera, the 4-in-1 30 amp ESC, and this, where is this from? I forgot. Real Star, I think so. I'm pretty sure it's called Real Star, and I was recommended this ESC. I can't remember by who, but it's supposed to be pretty good. So let's see. I was testing this one today, and it flies super nicely. Right. The important part, the camera, because I don't really like to connect like extra OSDs or little fiddly things um, to the flight controller. What I do is I connect the 4-in-1 acts as a PDB, and so it supplies the 5 volts directly to the flight controller, and then it just connects the signal cables. Uh, for the VTX, I just connected directly to the battery. These Unifies are pretty good at basically just filtering all the signal issues that you might have. And well, oh, sorry, but that means that I can't get any OSD going on, and I don't use telemetry much. I rather just use OSD. So very important, the camera that I'm using, what's it called? It's a Swift. No, oh, actually, this is the Arrow. Allows me to connect. It has already OSD integrated, and more importantly, if you can see here at the end, I'm not sure if it's yeah. It allows you to get the VBAT from the PDB directly. So that just simplifies, for me, simplifies everything because I can just get the battery voltage directly on my OSD, and that's all I need. I need battery voltage, the time that the craft has been in the air, and some sort of name, so when I'm racing, people can see that it's me racing. So for the frame, we're gonna need 4 of these. We're gonna need the central, let me just put this to the side. I'm gonna need the central top part, the bottom top part, and a bunch of screws. See if I can find them. One, two, three, four, and then we need 4 more for the middle. But let's start with these. So guys, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'm paying attention to the comments that you guys are saying. Hi Bruno. Like Bruno is saying, go to sleep. It's early. What do you mean go to sleep? It's like I'm already doing this wrong. Oh, and he's saying he wants a challenge. So if you guys don't haven't seen it yet, I did like a freestyle challenge with Bruno, in which whoever had the most likes in their freestyle video won, and Bruno won by a landslide. I think the last time I saw it was like he had 50 likes, and I had something like I don't know 30. So quite behind, but hey, that's the nature of the game. You win some, you lose some. Not that I've won any yet. Okay. So I'm just tightening up one of the arms. It's pretty simple. It uses, as you can see, it uses like a um, top part, bottom part, and the arm goes in the middle. You tighten one screw, and then you put another screw in the center, so the arm doesn't move. Obviously, put another one here. We start to have something that looks more or less like a quad. Not really. Bruno, when am I gonna? If you're watching, when am I gonna get to have my what's it called? My chance to destroy you in freestyle. Rematch. That's it. Rematch. Hey Chi, this is yeah, this is a RFX 160. Yeah, that's exactly correct. And you can see I already built one. So this is the second one, but using stupid powerful motors rather than tiny little ones. So let's see how how that goes, and how more importantly, how much will it weigh once I finish it. One more screw here. Where is this? So on the what I'm doing is I'm creating a little uh, sorry, space to put the 4-in-1 here on top, and then because the screw is quite tall, it will allow me to then put in one of these, and then the flight controller will go on top. So yeah, this is probably gonna be a long live stream, but I guess that well, if you like watching people building something, maybe it relaxes you or something. I don't know. Then this is the live stream for you. Otherwise, it's not. Where's the last little piece? Okay, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna take the whole box out. There we go. All out now. I don't need the box anymore, and it's gonna be a lot easier to just go through the bits that I need. I think I'm missing something already. need one more of these, but I can't seem to find it. Damn. Pretty sure I had it. Well, let's skip ahead. And while I don't find that tiny little piece that I'm missing for the last screw, I'm gonna put the small ones in. Now, this is something I don't really like, which is the screws that come with the frame, like the center screws, this ones, are, you know, they just stand out a tiny little bit like that. And the only screws that they send with the frame to tighten it is nylon ones. Sorry, not screws, the nuts. So I don't know. Should I be concerned that this is gonna like explode during flight? Maybe. It will surely make it more interesting. Another one. I guess I could put these nuts, but they're a bit too high, so I think they would touch or almost touch the 4-in-1, and that would be much worse than one of these screws just falling off. Okay, screw that in. If any of the people watching have already built one of these frames, feel free to give me some tips if you see me doing something wrong. Oh, is the mic too low? Let me I can turn it up a little bit. Right, hopefully that's a bit better now. My frame was scared to do in a build. Yeah, well, you know, I have a what's it called? Let me get it. I have something that looks like a Shrike, and it's pretty battered. But as you can see, the flight controller is built. The flight controller and PDV on this case is built directly on the structural side. So this is connected directly to the PDB, and to the flight controller. Now, if you get high impacts, I have found that it starts messing up with the gyro. So yeah, you're kind of right. My only tip is avoid crashing. Is the mic a little bit better now? By the way, put another one. Put another screw. Hopefully it is. Or, well, let me know otherwise if you guys are having issues hearing me. Okay, where is the last little piece? This one. So just putting the last nut in. And the last screw in. Cool, mic is good. Now, I would really love to figure out what happened to that tiny little piece that I should have here. And I don't. Let me just look through it. because I definitely had it like before. But it seems I don't. Hmm. Nope, can't find it. So what I'm gonna do is, I think this is the same size. Oh, it's not. Damn it. Oh boy, man. Where the hell did it go? I think it's on the chair. Nope. Definitely missing a piece. See if this is big enough. It's not. Oh, here it is. There we go. Crash, I did crash, landed hard. Yeah, if you because the with stuff like PDBs that are PDBs or flight controllers that are part of the structure of the frame. That means whenever the frame is impacting something, it's potentially damaging to the PDB. But actually, this frame has a cool little thing. I don't know if you can see it here, but you'll definitely see it as I build it. And the cool thing about it is that I don't know if you can see, like the 4-in-1 is this one right here. Yeah, point it with this. The 4-in-1 is this right here. So it has the metallic standoffs that I just put. So the 4-in-1 that goes after that, and then on top of that, you have nylon screws. So nylon standoffs, like tiny little nylon standoffs, and then the flight controller goes on top of that. And then so I don't damage the flight controller, I put this little I don't even know what they are. It's normally used in together with screws so they don't transmit power through. I really don't know what they call, but I think I don't even have enough for the next build, but I'll have to find some after that. But I think I have one somewhere, and alongside the build, I'll show you exactly what they are. But with that, I meant to say that. Just put this here. I meant to say that um, because the flight control is going to be on nylon standoffs, it's going to get a lot less vibrations and a lot less damage when it crashes. Hard lands. Let's say hard lands. Before putting in the PDB, I'm gonna put in the strap because otherwise it's freaking impossible. And I'm gonna show you guys a little trick I have during this construction that makes racing that much easier. So stay tuned. Right. Now I'm going to put the PDB right here. Not PDB. I keep calling this PDB. It's not a PDB. It is a 4-in-1. Oh, and I just remembered something. So for this 4-in-1, it has this tiny little capacitor here, and it bumps. Let me show you. Even without the strap, if I'm trying to put it on, it's hitting the. My God, it's hitting that thing underneath, so it doesn't stack all the way through. It almost does, but not really. I don't know if you can see. There's like a half a millimeter there. So when I was test fitting this, what I did is fitting, let's put this on first. When I'm fitting this, there's a way that you need to put this cables as well so they fit nicely around the. Actually, I think they can go in the middle because there's more space in the middle. So when I thread the cables underneath, but because these raise the center a bit, what I do is I thread the cables like this in the middle on top of the strap, but it's fine because it just pushes it down and allows the PDB to sit correctly. So let's see if that works. Yeah, and you can see right now it's flush all the way through. So we can go ahead and put in the standoffs. One, two, three, and four. Is this the one? Yeah, same size. Huh? How's that? Almost done. So this is gonna go on top. And because these are, that's why I love using nylon standoffs, because the standoffs like sometimes are like slightly not in the exact location where they should be. They're a bit like to the left or to the right. So I can just like push from one of the side to fit the flight controller in. And because they're plastic, they allow me to do that. So that's the sandwich that you get in the end, and you can then strap the lipo strap underneath. Huh? How's it looking so far? Good? Oh, hi Luke, thank you. Went all offline. Could I see that again to look at the size fit? What do you mean with the size fit? Cheap? Battery stamp, plastic. Yeah, that's right, fixes. Some of the cool fire controllers don't really fit in, but yeah, that's why with plastic standoffs, I mean, half a mil, you can just like force it in basically. And being nylon plastic, it means that it's gonna, the it's gonna reduce the noises in your flight controller that much more. Swift Mini. All right. So you might be wondering as well, like, why do I put the cables towards the back and not just hang them through directly from this side? That's because it reinforces slightly the structure of the 4-in-1 with the with this with the XC60 when I put it on. So if I just left it hanging directly through here, all the pressure whenever I crash and the battery gets flung out, all the pressure would go directly on these two connectors, and like this, there's there's a lot more support that goes through. It would have to, uh, um, yeah, it would be a lot harder to break these two connectors in this way. So why I'm putting it like underneath. It's tight underneath as well, so I can't move these cables back and forth very well. That means that it creates more friction, and it's easier for the battery if it gets slung to just disconnect rather than pulling off these connectors directly. And this is a reason why I don't like those type of X60s that are connected directly in the PDB. I don't know if you guys know the ones that I'm talking about, because that puts an immense strain on the PDB. Like when the battery tries to get flung out, it's. I think the stream just went offline again for a couple of seconds. I don't really know why. It might be my internet connection. It's not very good, but sorry. This might happen every now and again. I'll keep an eye out. Um, I'll keep an eye out on the YouTube stream just to make sure that the content. I'm not speaking without anyone being there to hear. So I can actually go ahead right now and put the connector solder directly in. Save us some time in the future. Where is the solder? Cool. I think my internet connection sometimes goes crazy, so it just puts me off. Plenty of solder. Come on. This is either, I mean, I've watched people do, actually, I think I only watched once. Someone do like a live build online, and this is either the most relaxing thing or the most boring thing that you can do on a Saturday. Yeah. So you guys will decide if it's boring or just simply relaxing. I guess it depends on the people watching. I'm absolutely sure watching someone build a drone live is not for everyone, but some people enjoy it for sure. There we go. Oh, almost actually. Take that excess solder from there. Actually, we need a bit more. Okay. So there we go. We have a little X60 connected. Always make sure that you're connecting the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. That's the one thing you don't want to screw up. And next, I'm going to add the motors. Uh, where are the screws? Here are the screws. So what I like to do is I like to use these type of screws. They're slightly bigger than the flatheads, um, and it just makes it that much easier. Need to change the head for this. It makes it that much easier. Come on. Reconnection successful. Oh, okay. We're back on the stream. Freaking. I don't really know why this is getting disconnected. I just checked my internet connection. Everything seems to be alright. But well, let's continue. Hey Johnny, how's it going? Let me open up the chat, see what you guys are saying. Oh, it's such. Red was negative. No, red is positive. Don't connect it wrong. So what I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard or not. So yeah. So what I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard or not, is I like to use these type of screws uh, more rather than the flat heads that we normally use. There we go. Just because whenever you want to take the screw, whenever you want to take the motor off, it's gonna be that much easier to do it with this type rather than the flat heads that will eventually get damaged throughout time. And the normally my screws have a good length. I mean enough of a length that I don't even use what's it called? This thread locker. I mean you should use thread locker, but I'm not gonna use it on these motors just because I might be putting these motors on a different frame pretty soon. So for the time being, I'm not gonna use thread locker. I'm just gonna have bigger motors, tighten down, and that will be that. Hopefully, and hopefully nothing bad will happen. Oh, that's not good. The thread is going. Let me see if I can. The thread on the motor is going. Not off to a good start, Mr. FURC. Let's see if with a bigger. That's much better. So if you have this issue that you're putting in a screw, always try with the smaller screws, obviously. But if you're putting in a screw and it's too small, it will start eating through the thread. If make sure that the screw is not gonna go through the windings. But if you get a big enough screw that goes just past, let me show you here. So it goes like slightly past the entrance there where the screw goes, but not so much that it's touching the windings, then it's best to use a bigger screw. But I just tend to use smaller screws because I'm always concerned that they're gonna touch the windings and the motor is just gonna be destroyed. So small screws first, and if they're not working, then bigger screws. And again, if you didn't, if you're just joining in, and you didn't hear me talk about these motors at the beginning, these are FURC motors to 2400 kV. The website says they'll pull 1.4 kilos. Um, 1.4 kilos with a 5-inch, but we're not gonna use 5-inch. We're gonna use 4-inch because you can fit 5-inch in this frame. Okay, one more screw for this motor, and then come on. Okay, better now. This frame is 3 millimeters, I think. Let me see, Jesse. Uh, Oh no, it is 4. Yeah. So this frame is 4 millimeters, and I'll just show you what it looks like in the website. It's the Real C RFX 160. I think that 185 is this one, but I'm not entirely sure. I think so. Thank you, Mr. Klegger. Right, last motor. Should be there. So once I finish putting the motors, I'll show for those of you that are just joining how far we are so far. In this insanity build. I mean, if these motors pull, I don't know, like 1.3 kilos each in 4-inch props, probably gonna use Dell. Oh yes, Johnny, the frame is indeed 4-inch, 4 millimeters. Sorry. Uh, Let me just check something here on the stream pop-up chat. Oh, that is much better now. Okay, now I got. I finally found out how to pop up the chat. Good. And the stream is still live. Hasn't crashed again. Freaking YouTube, man. Right, how far are we? So we have the motors in. We have a 4-in-1 30 amp ESC from Race Star. I can let me see if I can find it online. I got it from Banggood as well. Goods com. Let me see if I can show you guys. Race Star all in one, 4-in-1. What do I mean? Race Star 4-in-1. Oh, there we go. So 20 amps, 20 amps, 6 amps, and I got the 30 amp version. So this one. BLHELES. It only takes 4 S batteries, which is a bit of a shame. And oh, it seems that maybe I got less one because it's under restocking now. But it's supposed to be a pretty good ESC, so I don't really know. We'll have to find out once I finish the build. Yeah, Jesse, these frames are really taking off, I think. With smaller motors, uh, like these. But I wanted to check what's the difference if we put in a little bit bigger motors. So that's why I got these. So let's tin the contacts for the motors and the contacts on the ESCs as well. And I thought, at least when I started seeing these new frames, super skinny frames coming out, my first reaction was this is gonna break on the first flight. But actually, I I saw a guy fly one of these in a car park and crashing. It was crashing it around, and yeah, it was fine at the end. Didn't explode. Didn't break any arm. Didn't break any mounts. So I was quite surprised that he managed to get it till the end of the day in one piece. Okay, so first contacts are tinned from the motors, and then I'm gonna tin the contacts from the ESC while avoiding inhaling poisonous fumes from the solder. Oh. Hopefully you guys can hear the music in the background as well. Maybe let me put it a bit higher. Oh, there. I hope you guys can hear that, otherwise it's gonna sound really creepy. You're just singing every now and again. Alrighty. That's actually so I was just reading Lucas' chat. Yeah, I mean this the something cool about a live like this is that most of the people, especially at this time. I mean, I'm in the UK, so it's around 10 at night, um, and a lot of people I know that at night or during the day are just like soldering or fixing their frames or building new frames or doing something with quadcopters because we're freaking crazy about this. So every waking moment that we have is normally to fix quadcopters, but it kind of feels like lonely or that it's. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing in the world to be repairing quadcopters. So if you get to watch someone do it with you, it's probably cool. Didn't think about that. Right. So those are done, and so I know that some people just like to whenever they're soldering motors, they like to put them in the correct order. So whenever you're spinning well, when you connect to BL Heli, the motors will spin the correct way, but you can always just how can I say this? You can always just connect to BL Heli and then change the rotation. The thing with that is, if you are wanting to do 3D with your quadcopter, some of these BL Heli ESCs don't have what's it called? The bidirectional, only have bidirectional. They don't have bidirectional reverse, which means that then you would have to unsolder everything, solder it the right way. But this is only if you want to do 3D. So if you don't want to do 3D, I think the correct way. Let me see if I can figure it out from another build that I have here. Which one is this? This is the middle one. And okay, so the correct way, if you didn't want to have to reverse things in BL Heli, is these two opposite ones have to be crossed. I think I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's. Why don't we try it? Because afterwards we're gonna connect it to a laptop and see. if all the rotation is correct or not. So we're gonna reverse these two. There we go. And this one we're gonna do it reverse as well. So the middle doesn't matter. We're just gonna connect it to the middle one. And then the right one we're gonna connect it to the left. We're just crossing the SC basically, crossing the connection for the SC. And then the left one we're gonna connect to the right, I think. Yes. Don't worry, we're gonna afterwards like zip tie all the cables to the arm so it looks all neat. But for now we just want to solder everything into place as fast and orderly as possible. Oh, that's a bit too much shoulder, more than I would like. Get out. Get out! Get to the chopper! Okay, and then this one. Alright, stream went down again and back up. And I managed to finish soldering the last piece. So we have all the motors are now successfully connected to the quad. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to solder the VTX connection. Now because I'm using a camera, like I said in the beginning, a camera that can get the voltage directly from the voltometer meter or whatever you gonna call it. I am not yeah, so I'm not gonna use any OSD. What that means is I just need to connect it directly to here. So this is for the VTX. Sorry, forgot to mention. Now let me see what's the best way of doing this. Should be like this. Should be good. Yeah. Gonna cut this off. And I don't like to leave any cables exposed. So most of the times, cut this. I don't need that. I just put the cables underneath. Oh, not all motors have the same wiring. Yeah, I know. So let's hope these are the norm. Otherwise, they'll just be all reversed. But we can change that once we connect to BL Heli, anyways. So, in the contacts here. And here as well. And now I just need to connect. So this again is the connection for the VTX. which then supplies the 5 volts required for the camera. So I don't need to get I don't need to get anything any voltage from anywhere else really. All I need to do is this, and it's gonna connect. This part is gonna connect to the VTX, and then this part is gonna connect to the camera that's gonna sit here. I don't know. I've never had so many connections and reconnections as I'm having now. No clue why OBS doesn't like me today. But anyways, the only thing that I've done is to connect the positive and negative that are going to supply the battery voltage to the VTX. I'm not using any filter. These TBS units are pretty good at filtering noise, so I've never had any issue with that before, and hopefully won't anytime soon. Okay, so this other cable that I'm soldering is just another connection for the camera, for the VBAT. So this is just gonna supply the gonna show me in the camera OSD what voltage I'm currently using. Okay, that's about it. Now the important part is, or the next part, is to solder a couple of cables here. So the flight controller we're using is a Foxeer F303. So this is the clone from, I don't know, this is clone so many stuff. It's the clone from the F303 X Racer, I think, which again is the clone from the SP F3 Racing. So it's like clone of clone of clone. I don't really care as long as it works. So the thing we have to do now is connect S-bus and the 4 motor channels plus the 5 volts. And for that, so the 4-in-1 brings this little cable that you just connect here, and it's pretty explanatory. So excuse me, red and black. See if I can see. Red and black is the plus and minus, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 are the motor cables, and it's already grounded by the first cable, so by the first ground cable, so you don't need any more grounding. What else do we need? It's good. So we're gonna cut this. Let's put this away for a second, and we're gonna cut this right about. See where we want this. Want it like this. That's front. You can see the little arrow. But again, if you do it wrong, don't worry. You can change the rotation in the when you connect to Betaflight. So this is gonna connect like this and like there. So I would guess cut the cables around here. If not, too late. Sure, it's fine. Something really cool about this silicone cables, which is you can just like even with your nail, you can just like cut a tip from the top just to expose a little bit of cable. You don't need to use any tools. Saves you a bit of time. Done. Yeah, the X-Race is really nice. The problem is it's hell of expensive, and this does exactly the same thing. So sometimes clones work better than the actual item that's being sold at unreasonable pricing, I would say. Okay, so the motors are on this side. Just gonna put signal, and I always like to tin um, the place where I'm gonna put the cable first. 2, 3, 4, and after tinning, I can then just heat up the solder a little bit, and then push the cable in. Should work if it has enough tinning. Right, that's the grounds. That's the 5 volts. This is motor 1. Motor 2. Motor 3 is blue in this case. And motor 4. And for this specific ESC, or oh no, that didn't go up. Okay. Yeah, make sure you don't have any solder laying around, other connections, that would be bad. For this particular ESC, if you let's say screwed up and you connected all of these wrong, don't worry, you don't need to resolder everything. You can just pry the connections directly from here and just change them around. Just make sure that you don't change the the plus and minus 5 volts, and you'll be fine. Next, the S bus. So signal, 5 volts, ground, and I have to go and find a receiver because I don't know if I have one. I think I do. Let me check on my box of tricks. I have a really tiny receiver, but I was looking for. I don't think I have it. Right. Let me give me a second. I'm going to go and see if I can find a special receiver that I have, like a micro receiver that I have, which is what I installed on this tiny little craft. And I will be right back. Let me. Be right back. There we go. Boop. Otherwise, I'll just use this one. And for your viewing pleasure, the quad. Right. Right, and we are back. Let's change this. Chat is live. Leave a comment. Move this here. Boop. Cool. So I couldn't find um, another receiver, unfortunately. So I think we're gonna have to use this one, which is should be okay. I just need to do or to change this connection into something a bit simpler, if I can. Maybe I can't. Oh dear. good thing is that I think this receiver is already bound, so that will save me some time in the configuration. Okay. I hope this is S bus. Is this S bus? Let me read it. Manual for blah 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 blah. S bus, yes. So it just doesn't have operating range 600 meters. Yeah, so it's full range and D16 mode. Perfect. So it will have to do. I think. Well, it's just one strand, but should be all right. I'm just gonna take this pins out, and we're gonna solder the connections directly there to save a little bit of space. This is what I hate. Depinning is the worst. One down, two to go. Two. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh my god, so annoying. There we go, three. Good. And what I do is I tend to try and use all the stuff that I cut away from the other cabling. So for example this, I could have just connected this really, but I like just cabling. It will be just extra weight. I know, I do have a third hand. I just never use it. Because it's too heavy and it keeps breaking off. Alright. So, oh. As always, tin the cables first. The receiver is already tinned, I think. Good, good. Now, to figure out which one is the signal, I'm pretty sure the one in the middle is the signal, because that's what a picture shows. So we're gonna do what the picture tells us. I tin this context a little bit better. Okay, where? Which one is ground? S bus, yeah, so 5 volts is in the middle. Closer to the camera so you guys can see. Oh my god. New York City. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. volts, and now, last but not least, the grounds. Come on. I think you are right. I do need like a third and fourth hand. Maybe I need to buy a proper one. Yeah. So that is the little S-bus connectors here. Let's pull out those extra bits at the end, and we can solder it to the flight controller. Where's the flight controller? Here it is. New York City. Best that you can do. Best that you can do is build a new quad. But then Casey Neistat is gonna fly into your quad in New York City. Casey, why? Alright, 5 volts in the middle. Und then, oh, no good. There we go. And then the grounds. Boom! Done. City. So now, what I do is, I love this tiny little XM um, thingamajigabobs receivers, because I can just get a little bit of tape. Oh, they're so small. It's perfect. Can just get a bit of 3M tape. Tape it underneath. And then literally, come on man. There we go. 3M tape, and I'm gonna put it right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Neato. And even after that, I'm just gonna put this directly on the arm. So there's no, I don't like to have antennas exposed too much because they break super easily. So this is just gonna hang the back and be connected through one of these, which is gonna stain the arm. So we can now put our, come here, put our flight controller. Where's the front? Yeah, that's correct. Make sure the front is the front, otherwise again you can always change this and be the flight, don't worry. Push in all the cables inside. Something's wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong is that this is supposed to be back, isn't it? Yes. This is back and this is front. Right. Crisis averted. Don't worry. Everything is under control. Oh no, it's not. I forgot one very important thing. Wow. Which is this 4-in-1 ESC actually wanted to be sideways, not like so. If this is the front, this should be the front as well, because this is motor. Where is it? This is motor 1. This is motor 2. This is motor 3, this is motor 4, which is not correct because actually this is motor 1, this is motor 2, 3 and 4. So we might need to change these pins here, but we'll figure that out in just a second as we connect all of this. Right. It looks good. And then I can just connect this here on the side. Push these cables in, and look at that neat little build. Oh, can you see? Oh, there we go. Kind of neat, more or less neat little build. Not too many cables. Obviously, we need to put the motor wires all tucked in the arms, and we can just use tiny little zip ties to make sure they're not going anywhere, like that. How about that? Is that nicer? It looks nice. I like it. ¿Dónde están the zip ties? Oh. Curiously enough, this actually brings this frame actually brings zip ties with it. So I think they were like, hey, they're already planning for this. We're gonna zip tie the front ones only for now. Then we'll see how it goes. Also, I like to zip tie if I'm zip tying any cable, especially from the motors at all. Oh, need to tighten that up. I like to zip tie as further away from the motor edge as possible, because imagine that the arm breaks, the first thing that's gonna get ripped off is this connector here from the motors. So if I put the zip tie here and this breaks, then it's gonna allow the motor to travel a bit, and it's gonna have less chances of the motor breaking into pieces. 1, 2, and I'll put the ones in the back in just a tiny little bit. I want to try something first, which is connecting a battery. Do we have a battery? This one. Right, this is the moment where all my work will either, well, it will either work or is gonna, everything's gonna blow up, which would be not good. Right, you guys ready? Let's do it. Oh, so far so good. Now what we want to do is we want to get a cable. Let's see if I can do it. A cable connecting to the laptop and to the flight controller. Let me see if it's detecting clean flights. Oh yeah, this is like an old build. 21. Yeah, I can connect to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna configure this. Give me just a little moment. Let's see. For web and camera. So you should see a blank screen now. Don't worry. Input. Right. So if you're seeing a blank screen just now, don't worry. I'm just toggling. Aha. There we are. I think the best location for this will be here. And then the next one that I want is window capture? No. Is display capture. Right. Oh my god. That is super freaky. Cool. So you should be able to see my screen right about now. The Functional Bravo. And you can still see the quads. Right, the stream went down again. So I'm just back now, and I was saying, uh, first what we have to do is put beta flight because it comes with clean flight. So let's do that first by selecting the correct port, and then firmware, and I believe this is the what's it called? Aspire Racing F3 firmware. Let's put the latest one. Load firmware online. Flash firmware. Flashing. Good. Because sometimes it don't like it. Let me find my remote as well, so we can test. We can test the connection with the remote too. Flashing, flashing. Be sure to remember if you're doing this at any point, don't put the props on. As like the, if I have to give you guys one advice, that's the one. Don't put props on when you're doing all of this stuff. I can actually connect the camera now, just to check. Oh, it's on the, the wrong cable. I'll wait until I finish all of this before I start messing around with more stuff. Let's just see if we're still live. Are we still live? Yes. Excellent. Right, the programming has been successful. We can connect now. Beta flight, and the craft appears to be set in the correct way. Just need to set the ports. I think it's this one. Pretty sure. Configuration. Oh, turn it on. Save and reboot. God, so noisy. Then configuration. S bus and S bus. I stupid OBS. Anyways, I'm just gonna repeat it because I don't know if you guys saw it or not. So the ports, I removed the serial. Sorry, I added a serial for UART 3. I think that's the correct one. I'll check it in a bit. Then in the configuration, move it from ppm into serial, and then SBus. It can't handle 8 kilohertz, so I have to go to 4. Pindupa 2, that's fine. Take the accelerometer off because it takes processing away that I'm not going to use anyways. I don't fly level mode. And then telemetry, black box, transponder, off, 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 off. And that's pretty much it. And this should be at 50. I'll show you guys why. So save and reboot. And now I can go to motors, and it's all gonna be wrong for sure. Let's see. So motor 1. Oh, it's the right one. How? And it's spinning the right way. Motor 2. Ah, it's the wrong one. So motor 2 is spinning the right way, but it should be there. Motor 3 is spinning the wrong way. Damn it. Is it? Yeah, it is spinning the wrong way. And then motor 4 is in the wrong, and it's spinning the right way. So why is this one wrong? And this one is right. What was this one? Yeah. So it's just number 4 that's spinning in the wrong way. What? No, 4. Which one is this? Yeah. Wait. And is 1 spinning in the right? Yeah, 1 is spinning right. Okay, so I have to, first of all, I have to change the motor wiring. I don't need to desolder anything because, as I told you, you just need to disconnect this little cable that connects to the SC and change the wires in that way. But I have to write it down, otherwise I'm gonna forget. Where's the pen? So, what do I need to change? I need to change 1 is fine. 2 is actually number 3. So that means I have to change the third motor connection to go to number 2, and then the number, which one is this? Alright, so number 3 is actually 4. That means I have to change the number 3 connection. No, sorry. Okay, so it's the opposite. The number 2 connection changes to number 3, and then the number 3 connection changes to number 4, and then the last one goes into number 2, I guess. So let's do that now. Disconnect this. Disconnect this. Hopefully, let's go back to this one. Hopefully the live is still on. Barely. Let's see this chat. Okay, so as I said, we disconnect this little cable here. We get a X-Acto knife or something. And we move the number 2 connection to number 3. So actually what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the last one off, and we know that this is now gonna be number 2. Then we change number 3 to the last one, right? 3 to 4. Close it back, and we change the number 2 motor to number 3. There we go. And now we just need to connect the motor number 2 back. Is this right? Let's find out. Oh, also, this is really ticking me off. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna desolder 2 connections here. So I'll have all motors spinning in the right direction. Ow, hot, hot, hot. Come on. Better? Okay. So, if my calculations are correct, still no smoke, that's a good sign. When I connect this I can go now to, let's see, beta flights. Connect the port, motors. 1, 2, oh it's wrong. How is it wrong, man? 3 is wrong. 4 is wrong. Okay. How is this all wrong? So on motor, let's try again. I'm moving motor 2 and motor 4 is moving. That means I have to change 2 with 4, but that's what I did before. Hmm. Three. 3 is number 2, so I just need to change those 2. Well, let's try it now. 2 and number 3, so 1, 2. Because they're all wrong now, so I'm pretty sure. You know what? I'm just gonna do like one at a time and leave the others open till I find the right sequence. Okay. Arm 2, no. Okay. Curious. So this is C1. It's weird that the first motor is fine and the other ones are. Take this off. So by exclusion, this has to be on the last one. Alright. Aha! Very good. So 1, 2. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. See, it's either this or the other one. There's only 2 left. Three. No. Okay. Oh boy. That was harder than I anticipated. But we got there in the end. Make sure all of these are closed properly. Take a look at me now. Put this back. Right. Let's check that again. Let me just see if we're still streaming. I think we are. Yes. So, number 1. Number 2. Oh, and let's see if the rotation is correct. It is indeed. Number 2. Correct. Number 3. Correct. Number 4. Correct. All working. Also the modes. Let's see if the receiver is already getting picked up. Yeah, all good. So if I put modes arm here on the aux 3. Oop. 3. Save. Air mode X1. Anti-gravity. I have no idea what this is. Something new that I've seen on the latest beta flight. No idea what it is. I have to research it first. So if I click on the give me a second, let me save this, and if I click on the arm button now, it doesn't arm. Why not? Let's restart it. It doesn't arm. Okay. It's showing that it should be on, but no, it doesn't like it. Right. Let's try and figure out why. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's because the motor type with BL Heli. It's not one shot anymore. Maybe these are on D shot or something. D shot 150. Let's try that. Save and reboot. Modes. Let's connect it again. Ooh, smooth. So yeah, so the problem was that, let me show you. we're live again. So, once again, with BL Heli, the settings that I like to change for the optimum uh, range in configuring the ESCs, and I do this with most ESCs, is I connect to BL Heli, I take away the programming from TX, I set the, well, the debug is fine, startup power 50, yeah, 50, normally 75. Motor timing to medium high, beep strength to 5 because I don't like waking people in the middle of the night when I'm connecting my ESCs. Beacon delay 5 minutes is fine, and then I lower everything manually to 1036 and the max range 1980 tends to work pretty well. This as well, 1036 1980. Next one, 1036. 1980. Right setup. Cool. All done. Let's see if is there any firmware flash on. What's the current one? 16.5? 16.6. Okay. Flash all. Flash. Latest firmwares are normally the ones you should use. Hopefully nothing goes wrong while you're flashing the firmware, especially in a 4-in-1. It's very bad if something goes wrong, but hey, we have to just believe these guys know what they're doing when they write these firmware, or these new firmwares and ways of flashing them. I think so far so good. Let me see the yeah. All done. Cool. And what I was saying before, if you want to do 3D, then you would need to set these all of these ESCs to bidirectional, and some, I think the latest type of ESCs even have bidirectional reversed, which means that if you have a motor that's set in the wrong way, then you would choose this bidirectional reversed. But since everything is normal, if you wanted to do 3D, we just set bidirectional, and then you can enable the 3D option in Betaflight. So that's all good. Make sure right setup, no changes, no changes, no changes. Disconnect, and the ESC beeps are really quiet now. So it's not. Not gonna wake up people just because I'm plugging in my quad and doing stuff. Hopefully this helps you guys set up at home as well. Let's go back to pop. 16.65. Yeah, but I tend to go. I like odd number. I like even numbers. I don't like testing testing stuff. I don't know if there's any a lot of difference between 16.65, but I have 16.6 on the other quad as well, so I want to keep it the most sorry, I want to keep both quads as similar as possible, so when I go and test out speeds, hopefully tomorrow it won't be, oh, it's because the one had better firmware or whatever, if you know what I'm trying to say. So it's getting late and it's like my brain is starting ceasing to function properly. Right, so can disconnect this now. Ah, okay. Oh, different startup tones. Okay, so it might be just that. It's the startup tones get a little bit different. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but um, I am. Give me a second. There we go. I don't like antennas hanging out, so what I do is I get a little piece of it's like a RC antenna holders. I stuff the antenna in there, like so, and then I simply zip tie this to the arms, and this means I will never ever 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 break this antenna ever. Now this does also mean that your range, you lose a little bit of range, but if you're just like racing with it, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, we race normally, or we fly these mini quads within 100 200 meters. I've been using this for quite a while now, this system of putting like an antenna in the arm for quite a while now, and no signal losses in 300 400 meters so far. So I think it's a pretty nice system that just enables you to fly without having to worry if you're breaking stuff or not. Okay, and one more zip tie on the other side there. Almost done. So now we just need to connect the VTX in the back, and what I want to do is I don't have it ready for today, but I want to change this. If you can see, the Unify Pro has a little pigtail for an antenna. I don't like this, so what I normally use is a different type of pigtail. Let me see if I can show you something like this. But instead of being soldered directly to the VTX, the top part. Now I would recommend that you use some sort of protection in between this and the flight controller. I don't have any available here today, but yeah, I really recommend that you use something if you're doing this build. Okay, where's the top? So this is the top part. It has a little, it's gonna have a little holder here for the camera. See if I can find some screwdriver, some screws. Freaking OBS, I have to figure out what's going on, because this has like been crashing in and out. It's crazy. Never seen I've been using this for a couple of streams already, and I haven't had any problems until today. Maybe it's just my internet connection or something. Alright. Almost there. This one here. Okay. Gonna screw that in there. Seems alright. And then a couple of nuts on top just to hold it. And now the camera. So what I do is, because there's barely, I think maybe there isn't even any space. Oh. I think for this I even have to use like different type of screws, because these are good. I can't find another screw now, so for now this camera is just gonna have one screw. Screw it. And then eventually I found another screw to connect it on the other side. I just want to show proof of concept that everything is working as it should be. So that's the connection for the voltage, and then I have to change these cables because they're all wrong. And the correct order should be VCC. VCC ground video, obviously. Grounds, video. Let's tighten this up. And I have audio here, which I don't really need, but eh. At this point, it will have whatever it has. Also need to cut this thing off because it has like some extra tab that I don't need. And I don't have the right connector for this camera. if all is working as it should, just tighten the top part of the camera. We're almost there. Almost so. So close. Another one. And last screw. And then what I do is, I'm not gonna do that now because I need to change something in the VTX, which I don't have readily available. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put, goddamn, OBS, man. Anyways, what I'm gonna do, I was just tightening the screws. What I'm gonna do afterwards, not now, is this VTX will be connected here in the back. Like that, TBS. And then just zip tied here in the back. But because I don't have the correct pigtail now, I'm just gonna connect a regular antenna if I can find one. To be a dipole. There we go. 5.8. Connect the dipole there. And let's see. We have thrust. Do we have signal? We have a signal somewhere, but it's not the right one because this is on the right channel. Okay, so one. Race bands. Oh, race band 4. See, I'm just trying to find the right channel. I think I got it now. See if you can see that. Hey Sky RC. Sky RC Madness. Hey, you just arrived just at the end. I was just demonstrating that the quads is now working, but the freaking connection fell down again. So one last time, just for everyone to see. Let me just adjust the lens. I think the lens is broken. No? Maybe not. Something is broken. Aha. badly misplaced. Let me tighten it up now. That looks a bit better. Much better. There we go. And here you are, the final result. So the camera has a OSD that was already I already pre-programmed these values, which is my nickname, the voltage that the current battery has, and then the timer that's been the time that it has been on. I just need to tie this here. And again, if you guys weren't watching, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in a antenna, linear polarized antenna, instead of this little thing that's here. And the last test is, of course, to turn it on. All working. I hope you guys have enjoyed this adventure of freaking YouTube turning me off and on like if it was a microwave. Let me change it back to me. It's late at night. We've been at it for how long? Let me see. We've been on for 2 hours now. So a 2 hour build time. I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, guys, and I do hope you have enjoyed watching me build this. I think it's an amazing little quad, um, and I'll get it up to tomorrow to try and see how fast it can go with this insane motors, and I'll post a video about it soon. So without any further ado, have a wonderful night, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.